Namaste. I am SWAMI ASWATHI. I am the head of the EKALAVYA ASHRAMs in Trivandrum and Palakkad. Today I am going to discuss about a very effective puja, performing which you will be able to overcome your difficulties in life. We all have difficulties, but how we react to those difficulties is what matters. Still, when we come across a problem, when we come to a juncture where everything goes out of control, then we all ask this question: how can I come out of this? What's the method to come out of this fix? The answer is puja. Puja is a part of our spiritual enlightenment methodology, but we can use it for material benefit also. The great rishis of the past, they have come out with this technique, and they have appealed to us to do pujas to overcome difficulties in life. It can be a financial difficulty. Yeah, some people suffer from a lot of financial problems. In Mahabharata, Lord Krishna asked Kunti, the mother of the Pandavas, this question: which is the most difficult thing in this world? Then Kunti replied, "O Krishna, the most difficult thing in this world is poverty, penury. In spite of all the luck we had in the studies, the wealth we had in the studies, instead of all the goodness that is there in our mind and in our actions, sometimes we are struck by these financial problems. Some people have matrimonial problems. Some people suffer from a lot of physical ailments. Whatever be the problem, puja is a technology that our gurus have bestowed upon us. You can walk through that path and come over the difficulty. I'm going to tell you about Rahu Kala Puja. Which is a puja system that exists in the Dravida Yoga system of South India. Dravida Yoga system was introduced to South India by Agastya, the great sage, and it spread throughout South India. But unfortunately, in that great avalanche of change, Dravida Yoga almost became extinct. Well, this puja is from Dravida Yoga system, which was originally called the Shiva Patham or the Sadhu Patham. This is called Rahu Kala Puja. To do this puja, you should know the principle behind puja, and you should know what is Rahu Kala. Then only you can do this puja, and you should have the mental strength and commitment, and of course punctuality. Then only you can do it. Actually, the work is very simple, but you should have total commitment to that puja. Then only the results will come. If you are determined enough, definitely you can do it, and that will give you results. So, I'm introducing you to Rahu Kala Puja, something that hundreds of people do in India, and 90% of the people have got results. You don't need a priest or any person doing puja for you. It is something you can do in your house, and it is not expensive at all. But three things are necessary. One, the necessity itself. Necessity is the mother of invention, isn't it? Necessity is the mother of adventure. Necessity is the mother of everything. So, first, there should be a need. And you should feel it with your heart. Then two, you should have faith in God. That is absolutely necessary. Because it is like walking on a rope. You should have the faith that you won't fall down. So faith is necessary. Then you should have the patience. Then you should have that seriousness, the high seriousness of life you should have. And you should have time also, because it's a puja which lasts for 41 days. It's very simple actually, but it needs punctuality, it needs seriousness, it needs Guru Bhakti, faith, and all these things. But it's worth doing, because it has all the aspects of a puja. Okay, now let us come for what is called puja. See, the basic theory of puja is this. Your body, the physical, as well as the astral body is the body that you use when you exist in a dream. When you're in a dream, you walk, you fly, isn't it? You feel sad, you feel angry, you feel excited. All these things you do in a dream. And our gurus say that that is because of your astral body. Our eyes are closed, but you see in a dream. You're sleeping, still you're walking. So that body which you use called astral body. Well, you have got another body also, which is called causal body. The cause of all the births. That's why it is called causal. Well, the physical body and the astral body are made up of 5 basic elements. And please do not connect it with the elements that you have studied in science. These 5 elements have got nothing to do with it, because it exists in the Sukshma Bhava, in the astral Bhava, not in the physical. It's just like a software program. It is there in the computer, but you can't see it. You can't feel it. So, there are 5 elements: air, water, earth, space, and fire. Tell you again: water, air, earth, space, and fire, or heat. Suppose you're going to plant a small plant. First, you look for the space, don't you? You walk through the garden and see where you can plant this. Or we are going to sow a seed. There you need space first. The plant has to exist in a space. It needs a space. Maybe there's a pot or something. You plant it in it. So there's space. Then it needs water. It needs heat. Then air. So it needs all these things, all these 5 elements which helps the plant to grow. Well, when you die, these 5 elements change its role. It has identified with the physical entities on this earth, which in total becomes the body. The body you see, the body you walk with, the body with which you understand, like that, the physical body. But then the conversion happens. First, the air goes out. You can't breathe. People say you died. The heat of the body, the fire, that also becomes zero. And then the water oozes out of the dead body, isn't it? Then when you burn it, the earth is gone. Your body comes from the earth. All those elements that is there in the body was there in this earth before you were born. And it will be there after you have gone. Well, all these atoms in your body existed even before you were here. And they will be here even when you leave the body. So the earth goes out. When the body is burned, the earth goes out. And then the space that you occupy, that also ceases to exist. Right. This is not only in the physical body, it is true in the astral body also. But that is in the astral form, astral identity, which we can't realize. Now let's come for puja. Puja means a prayer to God in the subtle level. All these pujas that take place in the temples and the pujas that you do in your home, all these pujas are based on this fact that you are made up of 5 elements, or 5 basic elements came together in the subtle form and took the physical form. And these live. This combination ceases to exist. Well, in a puja, we give all these elements back to nature through our deep concentration. Then, if you are not the body, if you are not the mind, then who are you? You are the soul that exists forever. The soul that was here before you came, the soul that exists in your body and mind, and the soul that leaves your body and mind to exist in another plane. These are all different planes. We exist in a particular plane. Here we have got length, breadth, height, time, those dimensions, space. But through meditation, if you rise up, you enter into another dimension where these things, they don't matter. Well, I'm not going deep into it because I don't want to confuse you. Well, in a puja, first we have to take a nilavalaka. It's a very common thing, nilavalaka. That is needed. You have to clean it and place it on the ground. This is considered to be the navel of Mahavishnu. There are 3 aspects of creation headed by 3 devatas. 1, Brahma, creator; Vishnu, the preserver; and Shiva, the destroyer. This is the navel of Mahavishnu. You can see in the pictures a lotus coming out of his navel and the Brahma is there, right? So this part represents the preservation of life, the preservation of evolution, the preservation of Big Bang, everything. Then you can find a lotus here. It's called a lotus. Tamara. That's how it is called. In this place, we pour oil, and then we have got the wicks like this. You place it here and pour oil into it and then light it, right? Well, and what is this? This is the Shivalinga, representing Shiva, the destroyer. So, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva are represented in this symbol. That's called Nilavalaka. So, first you place a Nilavalaka on the floor and do the Sankalpa. What is that? You're bowing to Mahavishnu, you're bowing to Brahma, the creator, and you're bowing to Shiva, the destroyer. These 3 devatas are responsible for everything that happens in the universe. So, you have now 3 devatas. It's very interesting that anything you see here enjoy, taste, and think or imagine, whatever that is. That has three aspects: the creation, preservation, and the destruction. Your brain will not be able to go out of these boundaries. You think of anything, you imagine anything, but those things will have this birth, they exist for some time, and then they are destroyed. Human mind cannot conceive or contemplate on anything that's out of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. That's why we are placing this Nilavalaka. Well, so this is Brahma, this is Vishnu, and this is Shiva, right? Then you have to put three wicks like this: 1, 2, and 3. So I can take 3, 2, and of course I can put 1 again. 3. 1 wick represents Saraswati, the Devi of Brahma, the Devata of learning, art, literature, everything. What you need is Jnana Shakti first. If your children are not learning, they don't study well, Saraswati's blessings is needed. So many problems are connected with learning and studies, and all. People who are preparing for examinations and all that definitely need Saraswati's blessing. So 1 wick is for Saraswati. The 2nd wick represents Mahalakshmi. She is the goddess of prosperity. You need money to exist. You should have a good name in the society, isn't it? All these things, Salkirti and Dhanam, Samruddhi, all these things are necessary. Then there's another wick, that is for Bhadra, your protector, the Devi of Shiva. Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva and their Devis are here now. You are concentrating on that. Then you pour oil into it, and then you light the lamp. That's the first thing. So once again, Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva, and we put 3 wicks like in 3 directions. So you put the oil and light up the lamp. So that's the first thing. Or the light in the Nilavalaka represents fire. Then there is water in the vessel. There is batis, and that is the representative air. And then you have to have a nivedya. That can be anything. It can be a fruit or anything. That's the representative earth. And then finally, the flowers, the representative space. Right. Now, what do? Actually, we sit in deep meditation by chanting mantras and all that. We enter into meditation and then cross the physical elements, the Panchabhutana, the physical elements, and then enter into Sukshma Sharira, which has the Sukshma Bhava of these 5 elements. And then you pray to the Supreme Soul. That's puja. That is, you have stopped identifying with all those 5 elements and you have stepped into the reality, the soul. Then you are extremely powerful because the God exists in you as a soul. So a soul is absolutely powerful. You are using that power. Now you should know what is Rahukala. We have already studied the basic of puja. We are giving all our 5 elements back. The fire, the air, and everything that creates our body and the mind. And that is, we stop identifying with these things and we enter into our real self. That's really a powerful self. Everyone, in that stage, you are very, very powerful. Actually, you need not pray. You can just order. Such a power there is. I am Satchidananda. Aham Satchidananda. Brahmosmi. I am Brahma. I am Brahma. Aham Brahmasmi. That's that stage. Well, now the second aspect, Rahu Kalam. If you look into a calendar, you can see the Rahu Kalam. Rahu Kalam comes every day in the morning. There is Rahu Kalam in the night, but that's not considered. that exists for 1.5 hours. For example, in Monday, suppose it is at 9 to 10:30. On Tuesday, it will be different. Wednesday, it will be still different. So first you have to memorize that. That's 1.5 hour time. You should know when the Rahu Kalam starts and ends. That's very, very important. So you can write it on a paper and paste it on the wall. So every day you can check. The early morning you check and see when this Rahu Kalam comes. Well, suppose it is from 10 to 11:30. On a particular day it is from 10 to 11:30. You have to keep the flower, keep the batti, keep the nilavalaka, everything ready. And when it comes to Rahu Kalam, that is when the clock turns to 10, light that lamp. Saraswati, Mahalakshmi and Bhadra. Then, once the lamp is lighted, sit before that lamp and chant Amme Narayana, Devi Narayana, Lakshmi Narayana, Bhadre Narayana.
Amme Narayana, Devi Narayana, Lakshmi Narayana, Bhadre Narayana.
Amme Narayana. Oh Narayana, you are the mother of the universe. Or it also means Amma. Oh mother of the absolute universe, you are Narayana. Amme Narayana. Devi represents Saraswati. Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune. Bhadra, Parvati, the goddess of strength, protection. This is the mantra. Amme Narayana, Devi Narayana, Lakshmi Narayana, Bhadre Narayana. Chant that mantra for 21 times. Suppose you can sit there 1.5 hours and chant, that's also very good, very, very good. But that's not necessary. Chant 21 times. You can go for your other duties. When the Rahu Kalam ends, that is after 1 hour 30 minutes, you have to come back. Now you can show the arati, which is the end part of all the pujas. The camphor represents your ego, and you're burning that ego in front of the ultimate God. And use a flower and put off all the wicks. And then again chant Amme Narayana, Devi Narayana, Lakshmi Narayana, Bhadre Narayana. This is a puja. Do this puja for 41 days and see the change coming. But this puja is simple, but the conditions are very, very important. 1. The lamp should be lighted exactly when the Rahu Kalam begins. And that lamps should be put off exactly when it is finished. That is when the Rahu Kalam ends. Do it for 14 days. Pray deeply. You will get wonderful results in it. Try. You can come out of any difficulty in life. Any difficulty. You will see the change coming. How does this happen? This gives results because you are concentrating on that. Unless you are serious, you won't be able to light the lamp exactly at the particular time, every day for 14 days. So there is that high seriousness you need in puja. So have deep faith, total concentration, absolute bhakti, and do it as a mission. Namaskar.